Richie Moon,
Hey, how's it going?
how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Just staying busy. But I'm excited to talk about the project we worked on.
Yeah, me too. Um, First of all, tell me who you are and tell me what you do.
Awesome. Yeah. So my name is Richie Moon. I'm a graphic designer from San Diego, California. I've been freelancing for about the last five years or so, and it's kind of led to some cool opportunities. And this is one of the projects that I've been really excited to talk about. And yeah.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, I'm Alex Matthews, the CEO and co-founder of Delacalle. I'm here today with Richie Moon, and we're going to talk about our collaboration together for Dia de los Muertos and Delacalle. So Richie, where are you from originally? Where's your family from? Where did you grow up?
Yeah. So my father's from Michoacan, Mexico, and then my mom's from Aguascalientes. And then I was born in California. I'm from San Diego, California, and I grew up in a border town. I grew up in Imperial Beach, and it's 5 minutes away from the border. So a lot of my artwork is influenced by where I'm from, which is San Diego, and then just my proximity to the border and visiting family in Tijuana. So a lot of my artwork kind of has like that cultural influence. So a project like working with like a company with like delacalle just kind of lined up, and I was excited just to have this opportunity.
Yeah, totally. Us too. We're like very excited to have the opportunity to work with you. We love your art. So before we talk about Dia de los Muertos and Delacalle, tell me a little bit more about your art and what led you to kind of being, getting your creative out there through, and what kind of like formats and forms have you been excited about working with?
Yeah, I think for me it all started. I kind of knew what I wanted to do since high school. So in high school, I was into basketball, and then basketball has so many other things that kind of surround it, like just fashion, sneakers, streetwear, and then I think it was really streetwear that really fascinated me, and I wanted to learn how to make those cool graphics that you see on T-shirts. That curiosity led me to learning programs like Adobe Illustrator, Photoshop. Started having fun with those programs, and then I really wanted to make artwork that was authentic and true to me. So I really kind of look at the things that I identify with the most, and that's my location, where I'm from, San Diego. I feel like that's made me who I am today, and then also, of course, like my culture. So a lot of my artwork is just based around things that I grew up seeing, foods that I had growing up, and just things that are nostalgic to my in my life, and just things that I remember from my childhood. So anytime I have a project where it allows me to represent my culture, I get really excited about those projects. So, which is another reason why this project is so exciting for me.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm actually from Bristol, in the UK originally.
Okay, awesome.
I grew up with seeing Banksy pretty much over my entire hometown. He's obviously from Bristol, and so I sort of grew up with his art in my world, like pretty much from the day I could like get the bus from my hometown into the bigger town, and we would see his pieces everywhere. Him and Invader a lot, a little bit of Shepard Fairey, but mostly Banksy. But yeah, it's cool. Like there was definitely for us a lot of pluses with collaborating with you, and obviously everything that Delacalle has been working on for the last 5 years. And I think we've always wanted to do like a special can, and really celebrate the culture of Mexico on the can, and we've never done it. It's the first time we've ever done it. So I've traveled throughout Mexico like extensively over the last 10 years, and have really fallen in love with the culture there. But for you, I'm curious, like, what does Dia de los Muertos mean to you and your family? Or
I definitely remember just in my childhood, kind of visiting back home, going to Michoacan, and they make these big festivals and parades out of Dia de los Muertos. So those kind of stand out in my childhood. And then, of course, just Dia de los Muertos really showcases the vibrancy of Mexican culture. You see it in the colors, and then you see it in the food, and then it just shows the uniqueness of our culture. So for me, that's kind of how I kind of seen it growing up. And that's kind of the role it's played in my life.
Yeah. Yeah. I was like thinking about, you know, the uniqueness of Mexican culture in celebrating life and death. And I think they're very good at, you know, I think I've been to the most crazy events and festivals and parties like in Mexico. And I think Mexicans know how to party better than anyone in the world. They know how to have a good time.
Yeah.
But the celebration of death, it's very unique, I think, to the Mexican culture. And it's one that, like, I think isn't always the same in every culture. I know there's, you know, funerals and things like that, especially in like European countries, but Mexico does it very differently in like celebrating like the death part of it. Like, how do you feel about that? Or
Yeah, 100%. I think like as you said, I mean, no one parties like Mexicans, and I think it gives a positive perspective to death, right? We kind of like make an event out of it. We celebrate with our loved ones, even if they passed. We bring food offerings. We'll eat with them. We'll hang out with them. And I think it's like a positive perspective on death, as opposed to it being kind of like this sadder event. It's more of a celebration of life. And to me, that just makes a little more sense to me. And then it kind of just shows like,
yeah,
the resiliency of our culture and the positivity that our culture kind of brings.
Yeah.
So it's a good, yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah, totally. Yeah, I think the most famous, I was looking up, like, what is the most famous Dia de los Muertos scene in a movie by the most people is in the James Bond movie, the opening sequence, and it's in Mexico City. It's it's during the Day of the Dead festival in Mexico City. And ironically, the first time I ever went to Mexico City was actually the week of Dia de los Muertos.
Nice.
And so there was these gigantic skulls on every major roundabout, you know, and there's, as you know, in Mexico City, there's maybe 4 or 5 like big intersections with these big roundabouts. And there's one in particular, and the skull was maybe 30 feet tall, maybe 50 feet tall. And that was my first sort of experience of this sort of celebration.
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen any James Bond movies, but I probably should take a look. And then
yeah,
it's kind of cool how like that kind of connected you with like Dia de los Muertos and Mexican culture as a whole. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's so cool. Well, the food, obviously, and then tepache. Yeah. My sort of personal experience with it was really traveling through Mexico and seeing tepache being served on the side of the road on my travels through Oaxaca, and stopping and with a large group of people asking can we stop so that I could try this drink on the roadside, and everyone obviously wondering, you know, why I needed to stop our journey for that. But that was my first sort of experience of it. And then, yeah, throughout Mexico, sort of hunting for tepache in different cities and towns. And actually in Chihuahua, where I had tepache with chamoy, which was where I really fell in love with like the flavor of like the chamoy, the liquid chamoy, and it being the base of the tepache. I was like, that blew my mind. Oh, that was the coolest thing ever. I wanted to show you, you know, your artwork for the first time, I think. First off, we have this this VIP box that we are sending out, and we took elements of your artwork and we applied it to the box overall. So the candelabras and obviously, you know, all of this like amazing traditional Mexican artwork on the side that you drew. But yeah, so inside the box are the 2 cans
Wow.
with the artwork on them, which is so cool.
It's rad. It's better than I thought it would look. That's insane.
Yeah, this can goes out into about 5,000, 6,000 stores in America will get this. You could find this at Whole Foods, Walmart, Albertsons, Vons, Pavilions. You can pick this up right now at those stores. So get down.
Out now.
Yeah, you can. They literally going on shelf sort of like right now. And I think it's interesting. I think like the interest and excitement around the team at Delacalle, and also just with some of the retailers that we work with, has been just insane.
Seeing it on the can and seeing it as a tangible product is far different than seeing it on a computer screen. And then with the packaging, I love it. It all came together. It looks
super excited. But yeah, so we've got these coming out to you. I think this may be the first of many collaborations for Dia de los Muertos and Richie Moon, I hope. Well, look, I mean, first off, like, so excited and honored. I'd love to hear just very quickly a little bit about the inspiration for the actual artwork on the can, if you wouldn't mind sharing.
Yeah, 100%. I think I worked closely with the Delacalle creative team on this project. We had a few drafts. I remember we were drafting a few things out. We tried some ideas. I think we wanted to try an altar idea. As you know, the altar in Dia de los Muertos celebration is a prominent thing for this in the celebration. So we kind of tried that idea along with some other ideas. I think we wanted to go a little simpler with it because it was a little complex, and we wanted the type to read really well.
Yeah.
So, and then we also wanted to use elements that you don't typically see being used in Dia de los Muertos, because of course we know about the sugar skulls and we know about the flowers that they typically use. And I think for us, we wanted to use something that related to tepache. So we went with the jar that you see there on the right of the skull, and then of course the flavor spice pineapple. So we wanted to include that as well.
Yeah.
And it just all came together well. I worked really closely with the creative team there, and they had some really good suggestions, and it came out to be a great collaboration, and I'm proud of it. And then even seeing it in just as a tangible thing, it makes me so excited. So I can't wait to see that box in person.
Yeah. Well, this is coming out. Yeah. The tapachera here, which is classically what tepache is made in Mexico, which is really cool, and the candelabra. And then the marigolds are such a cool element of it. With that said, Richie, thanks again. Thank you for collaborating with us. And we'll get you some spiced pineapple tepache out the door.
Awesome! I can't wait, and it was a pleasure working with y'all, and hopefully this is the start of many collaborations, and I can't wait to see it hit the market.
Do you want to quickly plug your socials?
Yeah. My Instagram, Richie_Moon, and then I think my TikTok is similar, or it's the same thing. But
awesome. Yeah. Well, be sure to follow Richie_Moon on Instagram, and of course at Delacalle. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Alex.
Okay, Richie.